Mental health in the equestrian industry and amongst riders is a real area of growing concern.
Charles Owen contacted me in spring 2021 and they asked me if I wanted to get involved in a new research project which was looking at something never studied in equestrian sport before. And back then I don't think we could have ever realised really what we were about to stumble across.
We've done countless studies into brain injury and have data from thousands of riders who've had accidents, but we've never looked at what this might do for their mental health. Millions have been invested in this topic in other sports since it was found that 28% of professional American footballers have had serious cognitive impairments as a result of concussion. So there's no reason why our sport shouldn't be studying this for riders. An accident in horse riding has potential to involve higher forces in other sports, so it's a fascinating area to study.
I wrote the study in conjunction with the University of Sussex, and then I had the task of finding people to get involved, and we were completely overwhelmed with the response we got. I can remember saying, if we have 200 participants, then that's great. And within a few days, we had over 1,000 people willing to take part and share their personal stories about their mental health, both before and after the accident. And we think it's the biggest ever study into rider mental health, and also the biggest study on female mental health in sport. So the data told us that over 58% of riders have suffered at least mild depression or worse, and that's even those with mild concussion. But what I found really interesting is that 30% of those riders haven't returned to their baseline mental health score, which means they're potentially still suffering now.
We started Riders' Minds, it was in the pipeline 3-4 years ago because there was actually nothing available for any equestrian people involved in the industry or for riders to actually support them and help them with their mental health.
The frustrating thing is, when we conduct research like this, we feel that there's a lot we can do to prevent severe brain injury and concussion. The human brain is like this jelly floating inside this jar. When we impact the head and hit the sides of the skull, it damages the brain. When this happens, it's believed certain proteins can be released which can impact proper brain function.
And the symptoms of concussion can take 6 months to a year to develop, where you then will start to see mental health problems form in those people.
I think the willingness of the riders to take part and share their personal stories has been really amazing, and it's testament to just how important this topic is. And I just want to take this opportunity, you know who you are, people who took part, thank you so much for the time and thank you so much for your honesty, and we really do believe this is going to make a difference.
I was obviously married to somebody who's suffered severely with his own mental health, so much that actually last year he took his own life. But it's then, since that, it's now a subject that I'm even more passionate about making a difference within. In the racing industry itself, there's suicides taking place each week, whether it be from anxiety, because obviously anxiety and panic attacks, things like that, can happen after a fall or an accident, which is why I think it's so important, the study and the research that Charles Owen are doing, and that that they're putting into the research and technology behind the helmets. I think it is so important. What we want to do is to give people the tools to be able to identify it, and not just the person suffering, but friends, family, trainers, people on yards, to be able to identify those problems which are starting as well, because then I think that the sooner that the people get help and that the problems don't escalate, the more chance that we always have of them being able to do something about it.